Cowboy quarterback situation, so I'm going to change gears real quick.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, I honestly believe you were the only person that agreed with me that Dak Prescott was a horrendous passer.
Right.
And that whenever they couldn't run the ball, then he got exposed, even though it only happened a few times that year. But when they couldn't run, he was absolutely horrendous. Today, I'm going to throw a quote at you from Jason Witten. I don't know if you heard it, but he threw some major shade at Dak Prescott.
I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
He said, as far as Dez Bryant goes, the great spot and a place where I think he's going to end up is Green Bay. Here you go. Aaron Rodgers, he throws that back shoulder throw so well, and Dez can have great chemistry with a good quarterback that can put the ball wherever he wants. That is I mean, if you ask me, that's basically like saying he didn't have a good quarterback, and that's why he wasn't Dez Bryant.
Listen, everybody knew that what they were running was an offense. Now, one thing that Prescott did was he did not make a lot of mistakes, and he ran his offense well in what they asked him to do. But they did not give him the whole field to read. They gave him a lot of stuff on second and short and gave him very much throws that he could make. And his first year, now I thought he actually improved a little bit from there, but his first year, he was the lowest rated quarterback on third and long in the entire league. Everyone knew what was going on there. And I don't know what Jason said or didn't say, and that Jason's going to be doing Monday Night Football. But let's be honest, he's not in the game. He can ball handle, he can move. He's a good leader. He's just not a real accomplished passer. That he's not. And obviously that's not the offense they ran. And he's also operating behind one of the great offensive lines I've ever seen. Robin Livingston, what's up, Rob?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
What's happening?
Hey, I just want to ask you a Yankee question. I was never one that really gave Cashman a lot of credit. I thought he had the, big payroll. But, what he's done is really, quite amazing, how young he got and how good they are. My question to you is, you think that starting pitching is good enough to make a deep playoff run? I mean, they're good enough to win a lot of games in the regular season. But I don't think that they have enough.
No, I don't think they have enough either. And I think they know it, and I think they will have to add a guy. The question is...
And what names, I know it's early still, and you got to wait till people are out of it. But, are there any names, on a bad team that...
Everyone's bringing up the big names because they want to know if that's even feasible. Obviously, looking to the Giants, looking to the Dodgers. Now, Kershaw...
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, could they...
Listen, Kershaw has... Listen, I would be very leery of this from a couple of reasons. First of all, Kershaw has an opt-out after this year. But that means he's opting out of a contract that pays him $35 million a year for the next 2 years off an injury.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he has biceps tendonitis right now.
Yeah, I would.
And he's also thrown a million innings in his career, and could easily be a guy who one day just gets up and can't pitch anymore. I mean, because the guy has thrown a million innings already in his career. So, I mean, and he's already had a career that is, listen, some people want to call him, and we know about the regular season and the postseason, some people want to call him one of the greatest pitchers of all time, and statistically he has some overwhelming numbers. The postseason obviously waters that down some. I don't think he's ever been Sandy Koufax. I don't think anybody's ever been that. I don't think Kershaw's that. But Kershaw's numbers are amazing. They really are overwhelming, but he's thrown a tremendous amount of innings. Now, I don't even know that he would want to leave. There's been talk, believe it or not, that if he did opt out, the place he would be interested in is the Texas Rangers because of the fact that there's no state income tax. He would be looking for a very big deal. Plus, he likes the West. He's a Western guy, and he's not a guy who's going to want to be in the East, as you probably know. That's not his thing. So, but the question is, they have a new ballpark opening in 20. Do they go get a guy like that? And, does he move away from the Dodgers, or does he want to finish his career in one place and be that kind of player where he just stays, gets $35 million the next couple of years, and then sees where he is after that? You're dealing with a guy who has had injuries, right now is suffering from bicep tendonitis, which is always scary. And you just don't know where he is as far as where he is in his career. I mean, we all know the career he's had, but he's already had a remarkable career. If he never pitches again, he's had that. I would be afraid of him at this stage, that he would just not be durable at all. Despite his brilliance, I would be very afraid of him. Larry and Danbury, what's up, Larry?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, what's happening?
Jay, super happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Me and my son both.
Thank you.
I wanted to make a Yankee point. You were talking about Frazier and Hicks.
Yeah.
I really want to see what Frazier can do. I like Hicks. You know, just like you were talking about before, great glove, great arm. To me, he's not an everyday player. He's a great role player.
I agree. He's a fourth outfielder.
I want to see what Frazier is. Not just. I know he's going to be the piece probably.
But how are you going to work him in with Gardner there, with Frazier not being the guy who's going to play center field, considering the other outfielders? And considering what they have right now, how do you work Frazier into an everyday role? I don't think you can.
Gardner's got to play center. If it's not going to be Frazier.
Well, you see, but they won't ditch Hicks. Cash likes him too much. They will not ditch Hicks. Hicks is a guy they like from the metric standpoint. They like the defense. They like things about him. They think he's better than we do. They like him more. They think he's a guy who shows up better. You know how some players show up better in metrics than others? Hicks does, just like Haywood does for the Cubs, even though he never hits. He shows up better in the metrics. It happens. Jeff in Jersey. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Mike. Nice to talk to you again.
What's happening?
And really great about somebody that can talk about horse racing again. Mike, at Monmouth the other day, I was waiting for the Belmont card, and there was that action by the jockeys up there, something about weights and scales. They're trying to negotiate. If you touched on it, I apologize.
I have not. I have not touched on it. I have not gotten. You know, that's a little technical for this kind of show to get involved in that stuff, to be honest with you. So I really haven't done anything with that stuff. That's kind of. For horse racing fans, it's a little inside baseball as far as that's concerned. Harris in Manhattan. What's up, Harris?
Hello, Mike.
What's happening?
I think, the Mets really, I don't know if it's possible to do it at the deadline, but they really need to look at sending Cespedes to an American League team where he can become a DH, because this guy can't stay on the field. It's too bad. He looked great before. Physically, he was stealing bases. He was running around, making catches.
He has a no trade, though, and he likes it here.
Yeah, but does he like not playing? The guy.
Well, no, I think he wants to play, but I don't think Cespedes, believe it or not, although Cespedes, always made you crazy that he didn't play right field here, because let's be honest, the guy's a right fielder with that arm, and he hated right field. He plays center. He didn't mind playing center, but he didn't want to play right. He wants to play the outfield, and he thinks of himself as an outfielder. I'm not saying he wouldn't DH if he was on a team that he could DH on. I don't see him. I don't see the Mets trading him. I think the Mets are committed to him. I think he likes it here. I think he wants to be here. I think he likes this team. And I don't think there's going to be an overwhelming market for him either from that standpoint. I think there'd be a market, but not an overwhelming one where the Mets are going to get rich off it. Danny in Smithtown. What's up, Danny?
Hey, Mike, glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, quick question for you. I want to get your take on this.
Mm-hmm.
So with this whole new era that we're entering into of sports gambling,
right?
I wanted to hear what you think about it. If it may have any incentive or just your take on corruption that comes with opportunity and lots of money with the refs in football,
always
in
worry
basketball,
about it.
the umpires
Always
in baseball.
have to worry about it.
Big problem, right, with soccer in Europe. And
yes.
Are we inviting some of that?
Yes. The two target areas that have to be dealt with in this terms are not the professional players, because they are untouchable from a standpoint of salary. The two population groups that have to be watched are college players and officials in the major sports. Those are the two areas where you're into the right economic area where their economics do not make them untouchable. So they become people that have to be watched. So, yes, I think there will be increased diligence done to those two groups, college players and especially professional officials.
Okay, so that's a great segue into the next question, which is, do you think this move is an ante into this whole unionization of college players and how this whole new world may affect that also?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the security issue. Does not have anything to do with the unionization of college players, which really can't happen. It would open up nightmares. You'd have to have you would have, if you had union, you would have to have work conditions. You would have to have OSHA involved. You'd have to have, it would be, the colleges would stop. They would cease doing what they do rather than get involved in that level. It would not work for them anymore. That would take it to a level of it being just virtually, they would have to have the leagues go create their own minor leagues. They wouldn't be able to do it anymore.